always liked the Maserati GranTurismo, and what better colour than Neptune blue. This is superb. It's actually the 4.2 litre, one of the original series, but it's still a pretty good car. Obviously later they were replaced by the GranTurismo S, which had the 4.7 litre. And this is pretty much the same design, beautiful lines and shape, and styled by Pininfarina. And sadly, so far, it's the last GranTurismo, the last Grand Tourer that Maserati have been producing. More recent years they've been focusing on the Quattroporte, but more importantly for them, the Levante, the SUV, which has obviously captured most of the sales. First introduced in 2007, the original GranTurismo 4.2 litre V8 produced 405 PS and 460 Nm of torque. Only a year later, the 4.7 litre V8 took that power up to 440 PS with 490 Nm, and subsequent revisions took it up to 450 PS, then 460 PS, with corresponding levels of torque increase too. Production ended in 2019, with over 40,000 GranTurismos and Gran Cabrio convertibles produced. Just flicked it across into the manual shift, or the pedal shift mode. Not really the right kind of road for doing it in. I'll see if we can get on a little bit better in a different road. Very nice. sports car and it comes up behind you, some people seem to just go slower. What do I think of the Maserati GranTurismo? Well, I think it's a very capable and very spacious Grand Tourer. It's a beautiful car with an exquisite exhaust note. It's just a beautiful sound, particularly in sport mode. I have to say, on some of the earlier models, you have to watch for the interior finish. You may have noticed on this video the bubbling under the trim on the door top and inside of the C-pillar, and that kind of quality issue can let the side down a little. In terms of pricing, it's upwards of £16,000 or £17,000 for an early 4.2, or from mid-20s for a 4.7 litre S. Later MC Edition and MC Stradale versions are knocking on the door of £100,000. And whilst there are a few styling differences and certainly more power, they still look very similar to the original cars. But there's plenty of options in between, and I'm sure you can find something to suit any budget. Servicing costs aren't as high as you might think either. They're certainly lower than for contemporary Grand Tourers from the likes of Bentley or Aston Martin. But if you'd always fancied something Italian and Ferrari's too far out of budget, then this is the next best thing. After all, the brothers from Bologna started building cars in 1914, 2.5 decades before Il Commendatore. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to watch more like it. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook. Please also consider liking the video or making a comment. I try and read them all, and it makes a big difference to who gets to see it. See you next time.